This is the video number 10 summarizing my book, The Next Level Observer Effect. This is the final video of this series of summarizing my book, The Next Level Observer Effect. In today's video, we are going to talk mostly about the purpose of this book. And let's go with that. So my book, The Next Level Observer Effect, is a world-changing book. World-changing book because it fights against the ignorance. I always say that the only difference between the Stone Age period and the modern space-going civilization is nothing but a book. It's just a piece of knowledge. We had the metals back then, we had the workforce back then. The only thing that differs is knowledge. So the only thing that separates Stone Age from the space going civilization is a book. And this is where the revolution of the next level observer effect comes into play. The world has been going through the evidence, like the wars going on, the asteroid makes a close approach to the planet Earth, making us feel like, do we even matter in this universe? Does even the universe care about us? I mean, it talks, it gives answer to all of these things. The final conclusion of this book go towards that the universe has created under the cause of the observers of this universe, and how the observers become the creator in their lives is well discussed in these books. And if the observer is not a creator, then what he behaves as in this universe is also well much discussed. It talks about the various, even the psychological, I will not call it psychological. See, everything is information. And when that information influences our action in the present, that's what the real thing is. This is how we perceive the reality. The only thing real is the present. I explained in the last video. So everything is just information. And to get the right information, have it as influence to your actions in the present, is actually what matches you to the purpose of this universe itself. There's nothing in this universe that is gonna blind you towards performing the devotional service unto the Supreme Being. Everything is explained in detail in this book, and there are a lot of stuffs which I haven't covered throughout these videos, and there are more proofs and much detailed explanation there in this book, The Next Level Observer Effect. Well, continuing to the video. So there is nothing which is going to blind you. As explained, the information is always served to you, and no one forces you. No one, nothing in this universe can force you to digest it. Nothing in this universe can force you. It's all about your choice, about which information you accept as a reality. And the way to accept it as a reality is to allow it to influence your action in the present. This book is is a science book. Let me tell you, when you talk about science, I have explained throughout these videos that the science is based on some presumptions, and there is an ample amount of evidence where there is those presumptions. The science of those can't explain those presumptions at all, and there's where people now start looking the self. There's ample amount of examples and evidence of scientists studying the knowledge of self to understand the universe further. And an observer term is used because it is mainly explained in the quantum physics as have some type of key role. But like a spark that comes from the fire, when that spark, which is we not consider, but when you actually take the actual meaning of that spark, you get the total different meaning. And the intelligent people took it wisely. They took it in the realistic form, and they got surprised by this. All right, so this book is the world-changing book, and it is going to teach you about, it is going to change the game. It is a very interesting book. It talks about the ideal cosmic perspective, flaws in the ideal cosmic perspective, and a lot of things. This book contains its of the implication of the observer effect. and about questions like whether we are alone in this universe or we are not. And you will get in the first section of my book. The second part of the book talks about the divine dilemma, which talks about the supreme being, devotional service, and things like that. The third part talks about the above the cosmic perspective, and there's where the hyperspace perspective comes in. And the hyperspace perspective is taught at very introductory level, and it is where the thing starts to change when we talk about the applications of the observed fact in the ideal modernity cosmic perspective, which it has been ignoring since day one. And now this new picture, it's not about picture, this new reality which you will go towards now is something which is going to enlighten you. And this book is going to change the world. It's a world changing book. It just, the only difference between, again I'm telling this again, between the Stone Age civilization and the modern space going civilization is the it's a book. And this book, I don't know whether you have read any cosmic perspective book or you're interested in that. I don't care about that, because I know that we have been inheriting some kind of perspective about our significance in this universe based on the evidence we see, and allow us that information to have an influence on our actions. And yeah, the book teaches you the science of evidence. It teaches you about how to see the non-symmetry in symmetry, and it just enlightens you. So just grab this book, The Next Level Observer Effect. It is available on Amazon and various marketplaces worldwide. And I really enjoyed interacting with you guys throughout these 10 videos. I really enjoyed explaining to you, and a lot much detail, as I said, a lot much many proofs and a lot of content which I haven't covered in this 10 videos have been thoroughly discussed in this book. So you must grab it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this 10 series of 10 videos. And please do subscribe to my channel. It really helps a lot. And yeah, this is for today's video.